Start off,
Let's
Musa.
begin.
Yeah.
Yes, sure. Let's start this formally. Everyone knows him as the man who played Harshad Mehta better than Harshad Mehta himself. He's being hailed as an overnight sensation, but not a lot of people know that this overnight sensation was 15 years long overdue. The incredible man we have here has dabbled in sales, engineering, theatre, has excelled in national award winning movies, and has even made appearances in 2 Hindi films.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to have us with the face of the best Indian web series. Made in India, made for India. The big bull himself, Mr. Pratik Gandhi. Welcome, sir.
Hello, guys. Thank you very much for such a lovely introduction. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
So, starting off with the questions, Musa, would you like to shoot the first one?
Yes, Sanchit. So, congratulations on the success of Scam 1992, the biggest Indian web series at this point. And this is truly like an IPO of sorts for you as a bankable lead actor. Now everyone knows that Pratik Gandhi is a name to be reckoned with. So does the success and increase in expectations change things for you in terms of script selection and the kind of work you do? Or does that process remain unchanged?
I guess that process remain unchanged because that comes from within. I go with my gut. I go with my first innermost instinct when it comes to script, when it comes to people that I want to work with or project that I want to attach my name with. So I don't think I'm going to change that process. And so I believe in being absolutely true to that first feeling that comes from within, and that's how I have come till this place. So I don't want to change any process. And as far as the pressure is concerned, so rather than pressure, I'm more excited to be a part of interesting projects that are already coming my way.
That is great.
So,
sir, while we were having some research, while we were doing some research, every family plays its part, but you've specifically mentioned in many places that your family has been a very vital support system. So how has that been? How has your family support been also?
See, the biggest support of the family is that they don't fight with you when you don't give them time. And I actually, led almost a selfish life for a long time because I was riding on two horses and two careers and two very demanding careers, which is a corporate career as an engineer, a part of corporate HR team, that to a big conglomerate and having a huge portfolio. And on the other side, I was trying to make my space in theater and films. Both these fields require a lot of focus, a lot of energy, a lot of time. So the family is the only, asset that you have, which is compromised the most. That's what happened with me. But they did everything with a lot of, a lot of smile, with a lot of love and constant appreciation and encouragement.
And you've also said there has been a time where you felt that you were being a bit selfish.
Yes. I still feel it, and I have that regret in my life. But I guess that was the only way that I knew. I don't know whether I was right or wrong, but at that time, this is what I could do.
Wonderful, sir. So now that you've spoken about your time in the corporate world, you're one of the few engineers turned actor who doesn't badmouth their experience as an engineer. You've always praised it, saying that you have a multiple passion disorder and that you actually loved what you did for Reliance. So how was your experience in engineering college and later in the corporate world with Reliance like? And what role did those struggles in the corporate world play in strengthening you for your struggles as an actor in Mumbai?
So first of all, I strongly feel that engineering is not a degree, it is a way of life. It is how you think. It is how you, logicalize the world around you and make it a better place. Constantly try to make it a better place to live for others also. That's how I perceive engineering as. And the field that I was in, mechanical engineering and production engineering, which is called industrial engineering in a larger aspect, where I worked also for a longer time. So that has given me a lot of things. It almost shaped me, my thought process to an extent. That helped me even in my career as an actor. because the way I approach the script, I guess it is different than others. The way I look at one particular thing, that 360-degree views is what an engineers are normally taking of any situation that you put in. And that's how we try to find options and the best solutions, and that's how my mind functions. So I guess, I give a lot of credit to my engineering stream, my studies, and the corporate profile that I handled. Because I don't know, you guys are engineers, then you would understand this, that, that Six Sigma, Lean Sigma, productivity, all those things are way of life. It makes you think. These are very, very, these are old concepts, but never too old. These are always new, fresh concepts. The context keep changing, but the concepts are same. And I guess there are few things that I've studied which have changed my life forever. Similarly, in acting also. So my acting career, my that passion has helped me in my corporate career, because making presentation is an integral part of any corporate employee, where you are actually trying to sell those concepts, bind people, and then drive something, some change, or be a change agent in the organization. That's where the people skills are absolutely required. Even if you may be the best of the technocrat, but if you are not good with people, intrapersonal skills, you can't climb up the ladder. And that's when my theater stint, my intrapersonal skills, or whatever that I have worked with people and learned, helped. So yeah, both these things went absolutely hand in hand, and I love both these fields.
That is very, very exciting to learn. Also, sir, like, just to put it out there, what are some of the most repetitive questions you have been asked in the recent lives and interviews?
Oh my God, there are, like, I can go do the entire interview on autopilot mode, because I know the sequence of the questions also most of the time. How did you get this part? What preparations did you do? What are the funny moments on set?
Yeah.
And what are the challenges? How the world has changed for you? I mean, there are lots.
And do you feel overwhelmed at times? Are you like
Does
Yeah,
it
I mean,
get
it is.
irritating
So
after
a
a
lot
while?
of praises and
can we just do?
appreciation, everything is overwhelming though. But yeah, I mean, it's a
Yeah.
part of our job. So
Yeah.
promotion is also a part of my job description as an actor.
So just to mess with you on that note, अब आप बॉलीवुड फिल्म में कब आ रहे हैं?
बॉलीवुड फिल्म में एकदम जल्दी आ रहे हैं हम लोग. मतलब I'm already in talks with one or two good projects, so I shall be announcing it soon.
That'll be
That's
that'll be very
absolutely
fun to watch.
the entire
Uh,
nation is waiting, sir.
so you've also been part of theater for a very long time. Like,
Yeah.
you've done theater for a very long time. And you've also mentioned there are some awe-inspiring performances that you saw on stage as a mesmerized member of the audience. Which were some of those plays that you saw as an audience and you were like, yeah, hai, this is the real deal?
So I watched one play called Maris in Gujarati in 2005-6 at Prithvi, and that actually changed my outlook towards the theater. No, in fact, it made me think that what am I doing right now? I want to do something like this. This is where the challenge lies. This is where the actual theater is, and that after that particular play I watched, and I'm working with one of the director of that play from last 15 years, and we have done some bizarre, some brilliant, some out of the mind experiments on stage.
And
That
has
is one.
Prithvi,
Other is obviously I've seen Nasiruddin Shah perform on Ismat Appa,
yeah,
part one, part two, and all. He's phenomenal on stage. He's not himself. I had also seen Mr. Anupam Kher
kuch bhi ho sakta
doing a
hai.
monologue. Kuch bhi ho sakta hai with Anupam Kher. That was the first
Beautiful.
full-length monologue that I had watched. Yeah, there are these kind of performances I got intrigued to.
That is wonderful, sir. Has Prithvi been a part of all of this? Prithvi Theatres has been a part of your
Prithvi
journey?
Theatre, yeah, it was a very, very integral part of my theatre journey.
Mozaishu?
That's wonderful, sir. So now that we are on this topic about regional cinema in particular, it has made huge waves nationally with Bahubali, Sairat, and your own films, Wrong Side Raju, Ventilator, and Bayar. So where do you see the future of Gujarati cinema in like 5 years in terms of attracting more eyeballs countrywide?
I guess regional is new global, man, because regional stories, regional cinema, I mean, they have a lot more things to offer. And Gujarati is, I guess, one of the last regional cinemas from India to come up. Right? Because all other regional cinemas are already flourishing. So I have high hopes from Gujarati cinema. There are a lot of good things happening already, a lot of experiments happening, a lot of new filmmakers who are, trying different stories, different storytelling formats. There are a lot of fresh and very, very talented actors coming from Gujarat and Gujarati cinema. So exciting times ahead.
And while we're on also on the same topic, you work you worked with Rajat Kapoor ji in Scam. How is it to work with these kind of charismas on set?
Oh my God, it is like it's a school in itself, man. It is like you are having a crash course, watching somebody and working with somebody. And if I specifically talk about Rajat Kapoor, he flows on set like water. He gets into the character so effortlessly. You don't even feel he's not himself. And each and every dialogue that comes from his mouth, the way he says it, the way he does the character, it feels as if it is coming from within. He's not performing. And that's the fun. So I mean,
And
having sharing that the similar kind of energy on set with somebody so senior is a wonderful experience.
and backed by
So,
Hansal Mehta ji, how is that?
oh yes. So Hansal sir is another, he's a gem of a person. I keep calling him actor's director because the kind
Yeah.
of freedom that he gives to the actors to explore the character, to experiment is is something that any actor would want to have.
That's true.
Now, of course, it sounds too cliched at this point. I'm sure you must have been asked about this a lot of time. But how was that first phone call with the Hansal Mehta, who has directed so many great films, and he's offering you a
So
chance?
after having
How
his
was that?
call, and in fact, after having spoken to him, I was actually looking at my phone for 2 minutes. Did that just happen? Or somebody just, did some prank with me? But then Abhishek, the director of BR, he also called that Hansal sir has just taken your number. He might call. And then I realized it just happened.
Oh my God.
That
So,
is the moment.
again, about Mr. Rajat Kapoor, the truly the high point of the show in terms of the performances was that interrogation scene between
Yeah.
Officer Madhwan, played so beautifully by Mr. Rajat Kapoor, and your character Harshad Mehta. What went behind making that scene, that intense scene between you two powerhouses of talent, Hansal Mehta sir and everyone on the set? How was the environment like?
So that, see, in fact, the shoot environment throughout the series was so amazing. It was always calm, composed. There were no shoutings, there were no hurry burry, nothing, no running around. We were shooting as if I mean, everybody knew what they were doing, and they had been doing since ages. That's how it was happening. First few days on set, and I was like, okay, I thought I'm doing something really big, but things are, looking absolutely normal. The way I work in Gujarati film or the way I work in is that seamless. But that kind of finesse comes after the immense hard work which has gone in pre-production. So people were absolutely at ease. And when Rajat Kapoor ji he came on set, we discussed, we met briefly, and then we started reading the scene. And the moment Ansel sir said action, I don't know when the scene started. It started so seamlessly. And in one of the scenes, I didn't even know that camera is rolling. We were just doing it and they shot it.
And sir, also adding to that, that theme song, the theme song
Oh
of
yes.
1992, that has taken the
So
nation by storm.
Achint Thakkar, that young musician from Bombay, he has created a magic of, I guess, he has created some another level of magic. So music, I would say, is a hero of the show.
Yeah, in very much senses,
Absolutely.
yes.
And imagine he's created the entire background score on his own. He's the only guy who did this entire music of the show.
Are there some times when you're alone and that theme song starts playing in your head?
Oh, constantly, I mean, it is still there in my ears. It constantly plays, and more so because it's also the ringtone of my phone now. So
It's all our ringtones now. So another thing about the show was the perfect chemistry between everyone, between all the characters, and especially your character, Ashwin, played by Hemant Khersa, and Bhushan Patel, played by Chirag Vora. So, and you worked with Chirag sir and Sumit Purohit, who played Pranav Seth in the show. You worked with them in theater and everything. So, how does that professional relationship, that working relationship, translate from theater to screen? Uh,
Oh, it is very see, it's always wonderful to work with friends on stage or in front of the camera, because that off camera camaraderie or relationship or that chemistry gets translated in front of the camera also. So me, Chirag, or Jai, who played Pranav Sheth, and Hemant Kher, who played Ashwin Bhai. So we are like very good friends. We used to travel together. We used to do a lot of sessions, tea sessions together, and there are a lot of fun that we used to have. In fact, me, Chirag, and Jai, we have done a theater. I mean, we have been doing theater since last 10 years, so we know each other inside out. So that even looks as a team. Even in the series also, that's one team. That's one part of that's a bull gang.
That iconic scene when three of you come and the background goes blur.
Oh yes.
That scene. That might just be one of the most iconic scenes in the last 10 years.
Oh my God. So it's a lot of credits to the DOP also, the
Yeah.
director of photography, Pratham Mehta, who's a young guy. It's his first big project.
And
He
so
just came from
transforming,
UCLA, and
yeah.
yeah, he it's his first project.
Also transforming Bombay 2020 to that time of Bombay, from dressing sense and everything. That just
famous
just
90s.
phenomenal.
So three cheers to our costume department and art department.
Sir, also, um, in the recent past, OTT platforms have provided like a diverse range of content. Maybe some scripts which were held back on the screen have like come out on the OTT platform, and people have given phenomenal performances. If we just see Sony Live, JL the series is another blockbuster hit. Then came Scam 1992, and then there are also other Indian series. So, how do you feel about the OTT platforms? How have they transformed?
I guess OTT platform is the best thing that can happen to actors, because this is the best time for actors to be around. Because see, there are no pressure on the makers of the box office collection in first 3 days when it comes to OTT platform. So they are also open for experiments. They can experiment with the subject, the storytelling, type of storytelling, with genres, with actors. And that's when actors like me, who get to perform in such a big project. So yeah, I mean, all the credits to this transformation.
Your question,
Wonderful,
Buddha?
sir. So, yes, sir. So, again, now you've struggled for 15 years, and to really toil with two different jobs for so many years, it requires a mad amount of grit, determination, and some knack of multitasking. So, was there any moment in the journey from Surat to now with Scam 1992 where you didn't feel 200% motivated, where the struggle seemed to get to you? And how did you carry on in those times?
In fact, I don't know, it might sound cliche or bookish और थोड़ा ज्ञान देने वाला भी sound कर सकता है, but I had never, believed in the word struggle as such. I always felt that this is the way to, reach to the final goal. And whatever that you do, be it the smallest thing or the biggest thing, everything adds value. And that's what has happened in my personal life. Whatever that I've done, no regrets to anything that I did. Be it that salesmanship that I did after diploma, or those comparing sessions that I've had at birthday parties, or those, cell sites that I constructed, or even water tank cleaning stint that I had, or the smallest of the play that I did for free, or the biggest of the shows where I didn't get paid. Anything and everything that I did, everything added a value and perspective in my life. And that made me a better actor, and a better. So I guess that's how it is. That's the process. Enjoy the process and be a part of it.
I've also been seeing the comments on live as of now, and there was a very interesting comment that popped up. पहले एक था, अब दो गुजराती भारत के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव है, एक तारक मेहता और एक हर्षद मेहता.
अरे बाप रे.
That is something very beautiful. Thank you, Parth. Sir,
So,
also, yeah.
you go ahead, Sanjay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Sir, also, you've mentioned that you suffer from a multi-passion disorder. This is something very different that we came across. What is that about?
So first of all, I don't know whether there is some term medically is this does this term exist or not.
Okay.
But this is what I call myself because this is what I've been hearing from a lot of people around me, specifically those close friends and family and all that. You have some issues. You cannot sit in one place for all the time. You want to do everything, and you get equally passionate about everything. And then I kept asking myself that why it happens. Something
Isn't that
seriously wrong
positive?
with me.
Isn't that a very good thing?
But that's a positive thing. I mean, when you listen to this. But when you are in that situation and you are constantly seeing somebody doing constantly something, that is irritating. Ask my brother about it and he'll elaborate properly on it. He is the most irritated person on this earth when I constantly keep doing something. So he said, doing nothing is also an art and you need to learn that.
Has this knack of always being active, doing something, ever landed you in trouble? Like juggling
A lot
the
of
copy?
times, a lot of time. I mean, I used to overcommit myself. That yes, I'll do this show also, then I'll go for this show also, then I want to do my the project also of the office. And apart from the office and this, I used to get involved in extra activities also. Like I was a part of RBNQA, Ramakrishna Bajaj Quality Awards, where I was on the board of as an examiner, and I did that for 3-4 years. So the job is on, which itself is demanding. I am rehearsing for plays. There are tours lined up on weekends. Uh, at one end, I'm trying to manage the family that okay, by this evening we'll do this thing, and then suddenly I take up these kind of assignments where I feel that I should learn this. I want to be a part of this. I want to add value to this and myself, and that takes almost 2 months of my life. So yeah, so that's an issue. Which I guess I keep falling in such trouble.
Comments are pouring in. There are some very interesting questions here. Have you started to invest in the stock market after the series?
Now, after the series, I started learning about the stock market, that
Okay.
how to invest correctly.
How to invest correctly.
So, Sanjay,
Boza, would you?
okay, I'll continue from here. So,
Yeah.
you've spoken about the multiple passion disorder and how you actually liked what you did at Reliance. So, in the future, can we see you doing an engineering job again, like leaving the acting aside and just going back to the production engineering
Not sure
route?
about the job, but something or the other related to engineering or related to innovation per se. Engineering is, it's a wild field, and there are a lot of things to be done. Innovation or something that I always get involved with. So yeah, I mean, you may never know. I don't say never ever.
That's great. That is one thing about being passionate. I believe we have some time for one or two questions. Moza, is it?
Yeah, I think we have space. We have another 10 minutes or something.
Okay. Sir, we had a watch party. The club, the dramatics club of the college had a watch party of Bayar and then all of your wrong side, Raju. So
Oh wow.
we felt that do you have a knack of good scripts? Is it that like they were amazing stories?
So I don't know. See about the scripts. A lot of people have asked me earlier also, but there is no methodology or there is no thumb rule the way that I select the script. I don't have those checklists
Okay.
for to select the script. But what I go with is it's my gut feel. If I like that script, and I try to have narration from the director so that I also understand his vision, his or her vision. That's when, if that energy matches, then I would want to be a part of the subject or the project. That's how I have done all the projects.
And do you feel regional cinema has come a very long way just in the last 10, 12 years in the quality
Oh
of
yes,
script,
yes, of
everything?
course. Yes, because what is beyond a point, what mainstream can't do, regional cinema can, because they don't have a pressure of huge fees or some face values and the box office beyond a point. Whether and limited resources. So I personally feel that if the resources are limited, innovations are higher. People are more focused. They want to make maximum out of minimum, and that's when the fun is.
True.
Absolutely, sir.
Yeah.
So, as Sanchit said, we represent our dramatics club too here, the Crimson Curtain. If you could just give them a shout out. We've been asked to shamelessly promote our thing also. You
Oh
could
yes,
just
yeah,
give them
guys.
a
So
shout
keep
out.
doing this good work. I mean, I never knew that you guys have some club like this, and I would like to personally come and perform someday for your club.
Sir, that is a
Absolutely.
very huge sentence.
This is being
We'll get
recorded, sir.
after you saying this.
This is being recorded. We have you
This is being
on
recorded.
record.
Oh sure,
We
sure.
have
On
proof.
record, on record. I'll come and perform one of my plays for sure.
Oh God, they're gonna
Absolutely.
freak out.
It's an honor.
uh, uh, Going to the last question, do you have some anecdotes for recent graduate engineers as well as aspiring actors as of now?
Oh, okay. So I can just share something from my experience. That whenever you feel that you want to do two things, the entire world, all your near ones, dear ones, family, everybody, out of sheer care and love for you, will always say that it is not possible. It can't be done. Don't do this. Focus on one thing. But if you feel that you can focus on multiple things, explore that. Even if you fail, you have nobody to blame, right?
Absolutely.
And fail early and fail fast. That should be the motto. That I want to fail fast. After the failure, the next step is success. Which बात कहना चाहते हो?
That's incredible.
This is surreal, sir. So,
So
again,
Moza, do you have a last question?
before we end, that one scene in the whole series where an entire barrage of reporters is there and you explain to them कि अब इंडिया में invest करो. That entire scene, if you could just say a few dialogues from it as in the Harshad Mehta zone for our audience.
Or any of your favorite dialogue from the
Any
series? We are
dialogue.
just fanboys. I'm sorry.
So I just said my favorite dialogue, guys. That success क्या है? Failure के बाद का नया chapter. I just said that. I thought you will end there. Because I knew that you will ask me to say one of the dialogues.
So thank
Popular demand, एक बार इसके तो रिस्क है. That dialogue in
तो इतना
complete.
छोटा dialogue है कि before I say it will be finished. So ठीक है, guys. Okay. Any risk takers around there? I mean, out in college, don't fear. Take the risk because risk है तो इश्क है.
Arre. I'm really sorry. I'm fanboying right now. So thanks a lot, Pratik sir. This was one of the most phenomenal things we've had for the last very many years.
Absolutely, sir.
Very much congratulations on Scam 1992 and also for the upcoming projects. Since you've said this on live, we'll be after you to come and perform for us or to
Soon
see
enough.
us perform. Either way.
Oh yes, perfect, lovely. That will be more fun.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir. This was very much fun. I thank you on behalf of BITS Pilani and BITS Embryo Hyderabad, and very much best, sir. Very much best for everything that you ever had.
Thank you. Pleasure is all mine, guys. Lovely talking to you. Good luck. See
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.